First thing we're going to do is create a new contact. And whenever we are on the contacts page, the new button defaults to a new contact. Obviously, makes sense, right? Let's go ahead and click on that. Let me see if I can get this window resized for you. Whoops, we got more room over to the right. Okay, for full name, a lot of this is really self-explanatory, but I'm going to walk you through it anyway. Some of it, there's some caveats here once in a while, but let's do Ken T. Sample, and that would be me. For my company, I'm going to put my company. I'm putting real original information here. This is some good stuff. Job title, President. I should put El Presidente. That would be even better. Now, before we move on, we've got file as, and this is what I mentioned to you earlier with that Peter Tofstiga example. How do you want this essentially classified? So we've got last name, first name, last name, company, last name, first name, company in parenthesis, company, last name, first name in parenthesis, lots of options there. So whatever you happen, you kind of got to get into a habit of which way would it be easiest for you to find this person? What about them stands out and is most important? For this particular example, I think I'm going to do first name and last name. And then if I wanted to, I can click on this little button right here, and I can actually throw in a picture. Let me see if I can find one. Yep, there's me. So let's go ahead and okay that. And there we go. We get a little picture. Obviously, you might want a little tighter headshot for, optimum performance here, but I'm dealing with what I got to work with. This is showing you how the business card is going to show up. So you get kind of a preview. And then an email address. And I've already used that one, so we'll just use it again. Display as, that's fine. Web address, you just type in a URL. And then if they've got, there we go, if they've got an IM address, you could do that. If they've got, if they use Yahoo or some other type of instant messenger. And then business phone numbers. Now, the thing about this section where it says phone numbers, there are tons of different kind of phone numbers that you can have for people. So, have you ever tried to enter somebody's contact information, do their phone, and they don't have exactly the right option there? Well, Outlook gives you tons of options. We've got business here that it defaults to, but if I click the drop down, look at this, business 2, so they can have an alternate business address. This is their assistant, okay? And notice how the phone number disappeared? That's because I was on business and I entered that phone number there. So this is not just changing the label. This is actually, you can have this many phone numbers entered in there. So when you switch to something else, like if I make this car, okay, I can put a separate phone number here, and I'll just put all 9s so that it's easy for us to remember, right? So I've got all 9s there. If I switch back to business, there's my business number. Go to car, and there's my car number. Now I need one more 9 to make that there we go, make it a legitimate formatted number. It's got to have the right number of numbers. Now, how do you know if you've already got a number entered for a specific theme over here? If you click the drop down, see the check marks right there? That lets me know I've got a number for those. So what you do here, again, these are not just changing labels. This just gives you 4 different contact methods viewable at once. So I could go to this one right here, and I could change it to car, and I'd see the car number there. So you pick the 4 contact methods that you want to see for that particular contact, and then that's what you'll get. If I could do here pager, we could enter a pager number, and then I can go in there, I can change whatever I want. Now, if I want to get rid of something, for example, car, all you have to do is delete the number, and then at that point, Outlook is smart enough to know, hey, that number is no longer in service or something. So it removes the check mark there. Pretty simple. Next up, addresses. This works the same way. The only thing is you get to see one address at a time. But we've got a business address, home, and other. So you got 3 different addresses that you can put in there. You can mark a specific address for a mailing address. Click the checkbox right there. And, basically all you do, I'll just make up an address here. Okay, you just type in the address. If I switched over to home, disappears. I can put the home address here and so forth. Now notice all that information is showing up right over here on my business cards. And then you can put some notes. This is a great man to work with. Okay, put notes about your contact, any kind of information you want. You might want to put, if it's a vendor, maybe put an account number, any of that kind of stuff right there. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video. I'm going to stay right here on this screen though, and because I don't want to throw too much at you at one time. But at this point, we're going to stop. In the next exercise, I'll show you some of the options up here on the ribbon.